All right. Well, hey, welcome everybody. This is a very exciting day for us at Mortgage Coach and Sales Boomerang, and we think it is the beginning of something very special in the mortgage industry. Please, when one of the speakers says something that you like, use those little reactions down at the bottom. Let us know what you like, and please do put your questions in. So guys, I have been doing the mortgage business now for over 37 years, and this is not just another year in the mortgage business. For my entire career, interest rates have gone down. My first loan was at 10.2 and some change, and it was for over 2 points. And I thought I missed it because everybody who got in the business before me, you know, they were at 15 and they came down. So here we are, rates have hit 2%. And in the year that rates hit 2%, it was a $4 trillion market. The following year, 2021, another $4 trillion market, and rates were at 2 and 3%. So 63% of every mortgage in America is it starts with a 2, or it starts with a 3. Guys, that fundamentally changes the game. Real estate agents have never faced that. Listing agents have never faced that. And loan officers have never faced that. We have lived in an industry where, yes, there were years where it was like a fire hydrant. In 2020 and 2021 were definitely those, because we are in a new era. And here at Sales Boomerang and Mortgage Coach, and we're going to reveal a new company name in just a minute, we believe that this is the data-driven advice era. Technology is changing all industries in America, and it is changing the mortgage industry. So to excel, to thrive in the market that we're coming into, you need to deliver advice. And you can't just deliver advice. You have to deliver the right advice at the right time for a consumer. You need to be able to help them build wealth with real estate, and you need to be able to help them achieve true financial freedom. So I couldn't be more excited to bring the co-founder of Sales Boomerang on stage. Alex, join us and let's reveal the big news.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna say some words before I reveal the big news. Maybe build this up. Thank you, Dave, so much. It is the beginning of a new era, and we are eager to be one of the organizations that leads this transformation. We've brought these two industry-leading technologies together, and we have truly created the highest quality borrower intelligence platform in existence. Now you will always know all the opportunities in your database and how to take advantage of them. And so look, what we're talking about today is a must-have platform, okay? This isn't a nice to have. It's, as HousingWire said last week, the most essential addition to your mortgage tech stack, okay? And so as you're listening today and you're hearing us share these ideas and how we want to change and influence the industry, if you hear something that really resonates, what we're going to be doing is looking for your chat. And if you just write the word yes, it means you have some interest and you want our team to reach out to you and connect with you and give you some more information about it. So be open, right? Keep your ears open. Look for those things that inspire you and that and motivate you to say, hey, this is the type of thing I need. Laney's already ready to go. Okay, let's go. I see, we already see a yes. Here we go. So look, truly, keep an eye and ear open for those things, and say yes, and we'll reach out to you. All right. So before I introduce you guys to Rich Harris, our new CEO, it is time for the big reveal. And so I could not be more excited to share this with you. New name, TrustEngine. Woo! There it is. Where's all the love and the hearts? And look at this. When you see the fireworks, this jacket just appeared on my body somehow. It's pretty incredible. Look, oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. You guys are gonna make me tear up on screen right now. Look at all the hearts and the love. Look, TrustEngine. There's a real reason why we named the company TrustEngine, right? We looked back and thought about what happened 100 years ago. 100 years ago, a family would walk into a bank, look at the banker, and say, hey, this is what we need for our family. And the banker would be like, you know what? I grew up with your father. We go to church together. We do this. We're in the same community. You know what? Give me your hand. I trust that we're going to make this work. And that is what we're doing. And you're about to hear exactly how we're bringing trust back into this industry. Let me introduce our new CEO, Rich Harris.
Hey, thanks a lot, Alex. I really appreciate the kind introduction. I actually joined TrustEngine, Sales Boomerang Mortgage Coach, in June of last year. And I was on the bench. I had recently sold my company, and I was actually thinking about taking some time off. And after conversations with Dave and Alex, I got so excited about what TrustEngine is doing. I decided I got to get back in the game. I got to become part of this. So why did I get so excited? I was excited for a number of different reasons. And of course, this is in the midst of the biggest mortgage upheaval in many years. And I still was so excited about it. So first was massive market opportunity. I mean, really very large market and very specific problems in the tech stack where lenders are not getting the best ROI they can out of their tech spend. And really, Dave and Alex convinced me that there's an opportunity to really help lenders maximize and optimize that ROI. The second piece was people. You know, with Dave and Alex and the rest of the Sales Boomerang and Mortgage Coach teams, the depth of knowledge of the industry, the understanding of what actually goes on from loan officer all the way up to the C-level was so impressive to me. And they really convinced me that they had a specialized knowledge there. And probably the most impressive and the most exciting thing for me was the opportunity to make a difference, not only to help lenders drive loan production, but actually to help people achieve their financial goals, provide them with something that truly is going to make a difference in their lives. And those things got me excited. So my background is in advertising technology and marketing technology. And I've helped some of the most technologically advanced companies in the world understand their customers, gather lots of data, extract insights, and use those insights to personalize offerings for consumers that truly will be valuable to them, compelling to them, interesting and relevant to what's going on in their lives, solving problems or adding value, and then understanding what works and what doesn't and optimizing. So we help companies like Apple launch the Apple Card. We help Disney launch Disney Plus. We help Capital One engage with their borrowers via email and optimize that. And we learned so much interacting with companies like these. Some of our largest customers were Facebook, Amazon, and Google, who of course are the most advanced companies when it comes to data analytics and insights. And we learned how to gather this information and use it to truly provide something that is valuable to people and improve their situation, their personal situation. And that's exactly the sort of technology and capability that we want to bring to the lending industry. And with the Borrower Intelligence Platform, what we saw is Sales Boomerang and Mortgage Coach, which are two really compelling products that were already adding a lot of value as the foundation of that Borrower Intelligence Platform, that we felt we could bring together and mix with leading edge technologies from ad tech and martech to create something truly compelling. And the idea with the Borrower Intelligence Platform is really to better understand borrowers, extract those insights so that we can understand what loan is right for them at this particular time in their life, what's going to solve their problem, what's going to help them achieve their own personal financial goals and put them on a path to financial freedom. And from a lender perspective, yes, we want to drive loan production, but we want lenders to create that trusted relationship with their borrowers. We want a situation where when the lender calls or sends an email or a text, the borrower is actually excited to receive that communication because they know that the lender is reaching out to them with something valuable, something that actually is going to improve their lives and help them reach their personal financial goals. So the Borrower Intelligence Platform for a lender allows you to always know all of the loan opportunities in your database, and specifically how to take advantage of them, how to engage with that borrower, provide them with something compelling that's actually going to make a difference and create that trusted relationship where the borrower wants to just come back again and again and again. So what I'm going to do now is turn it over to my friend and colleague, Rich Labarka, our Chief Product and Technology Officer, to give you some more detail on the Borrower Intelligence Platform. Take it away, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. And like you, I am incredibly excited to be here. I'm coming from the data-driven marketing and customer experience space as well, and I've seen a wide variety of providers offering data and tools to improve customer experience and acquisition, but it was always left to brands themselves to put the pieces together and transform their businesses so they could truly personalize their relationship with customers. What made it even more difficult was that brands had to improve their own data quality, their internal skills and operations before they could take any real steps. And I'm sure you've all felt that pain as well. So as a result, I've seen many companies unable to truly realize the goal of personal customer interaction. So it was incredibly exciting to see the opportunity in the lending space to do something different, to connect data directly with borrower value so lenders can understand borrower needs and translate them into a conversation that truly helps the borrower. So, data is the most powerful when you combine it with human interpretation and context, the human touch. Companies that engage their customers the most effectively, they combine the data with personal empathy to humanize their interactions, and then they ultimately win customers for life. So let me show you how a borrower intelligence platform lets you do this. So let's start with Sales Boomerang's best-in-class triggers and alerts. And then what we did was we extended it into a broader solution that finds borrower opportunities in your database. We analyze and segment your data, and we incorporate predictive machine learning. And then we route these opportunities to the right channels and the right loan officers, making sure we send them a volume of opportunities that they're actually able to handle. With those opportunities, we can attach Mortgage Coach's total cost analysis worksheets. These can be bootstrapped with the right scenarios and pre-populated with data to minimize loan officer work and to drive a detailed conversation. But TCA isn't always the right engagement option. So we're going to offer the ability to trigger other actions. And we do a lot of this now. We're offering the ability to trigger other actions in your marketing automation, your CRM or point of sale system. And we're building new engagement options through email and other calls to action like social media. With both the strategy and the engagement tied together, we can measure and then power an optimization loop that helps lenders improve over time. This together is what we call the borrower intelligence platform, combining intelligence with engagement to identify loan opportunities in your database and then empower you to have those valuable conversations with borrowers. So imagine yourself for a second as a chief loan production officer. Many of you might be that very person. With TrustEngine, you're able to see a trend such as, let's say, cash out in your lending patterns. So have a look at this. So in this example, we're able to identify an increasing cash out opportunity in a lender's database, and specifically what borrower attributes such as age or debt levels and location that correlated with them. In fact, in this case, we found about 1,800 borrowers that fit the profile. Now you want to route these opportunities to your loan officers that are most likely to convert these borrowers. But now imagine you're the loan officer. You log into your CRM or your LOS and find these opportunities that show exactly how to start this conversation, how you're going to engage the customer, and how you're going to drive the conversation to a valuable closed loan for the borrower and for yourself. Insights like this, they're going to help us move away from the traditional broad alerts that the industry's been relying on and toward a system that brings lenders the opportunities to communicate specific value to borrowers. So let's stop drip campaigns and irrelevant messages and things like that. Welcome to fall, and make it easy for lenders to communicate with value and authenticity. In the future, loan officers will demand that a borrower intelligence platform is in place for them to operate the most effectively, and it'll become one of your most powerful recruiting tools. So as we help lenders, we'll grow our understanding of what conversations work and which ones don't. And that'll enable us to better help all lenders and improve borrower trust with the entire lending industry. I've just never been so excited to bring what I've learned over 20 years creating data and insights products to create a new category in your space. Working with you and your organizations to drive borrower trust and more loan volume, it's an amazing opportunity. So let's evolve together. So now let's hear from our panel of lenders about how a BIP and TrustEngine align with their goals to improve lending. Dave, help me out. Help me by introducing a couple of very special clients that have joined us on the journey with TrustEngine's borrower intelligence platform.
Well, that was amazing, Rich, and thank you for all those emojis. You know,
Yes.
we are passionate about helping families achieve financial freedom and helping lenders turn that into a competitive advantage. I'm going to bring on stage two lenders who have become TrustEngine, not only TrustEngine partners, but borrower intelligence platform lenders. I want to bring on stage Bruce Brown, the Senior Vice President with PrimeLending, who is both a regional leader and he runs the retail sales performance group. How you doing, Bruce?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Dave.
Good. Well, thank you for trusting us and thank you for making time to come bring your thoughts to the entire industry.
Happy to do it.
Yeah, thank you. We also have Owen Lee, is the CEO of Success Mortgage Partners, another borrower intelligence platform customer. How you doing, Owen?
I'm fantastic, Dave. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, well, hey, thank you for your trust and thank you for making time to bring value to the industry. Remember, folks, if you have questions, direct them to the panelists. We'd love to hear what you have to say. I think everyone wants to know what people, you know, in your role, what you see as the top priorities in the industry today. So, Owen, why don't you go first with sharing what are some of your top priorities in 2023?
Well, I was in a meeting with our people the other day and I was talking to them, and we spent most of 2022 talking about how it wasn't 2020 or 2021 anymore. Well, guess what? It's not anymore also. It's not 2022 anymore. So that's fantastic. We get to turn the page on that year. But, you know, this year we're really looking at hopefully having our costs and our opportunities balanced. You know, I think a lot of the industry went through that last year as we kind of shed the excess capacity that we don't need in a $4 trillion market. And we're looking at taking advantage of every opportunity out there to succeed in a smaller, slimmer market. Now that we've done the work of slimming our company down, we have to figure out and focus our sights on how to succeed in this market. Because if you look at the MBA's predictions, or you look at Fannie Mae's, or most of the economists, we're in what we're in. We might grow a little bit over the next 2 or 3 years, but this is the market that we have for the next 2 or 3 years, and we want to grow and be successful in the present market.
And to do that, how does TrustEngine fit into helping you do that?
Well, I think it goes to taking advantage of every possible opportunity, right? Our company is mostly distributed retail. As I like to joke, it's, you know, old-fashioned loan officers pressing the flesh. We spend a lot of time contacting realtors and divorce attorneys and CPAs and all those other traditional areas of referral. But when you had I wrote it down, 63% of all mortgages begin with a 2 or a 3. You have to maximize every available opportunity. And loan officers and CEOs and senior vice presidents and all that stuff, at the end of the day, we're just human beings. We need help to make sure that we're doing that we're effectively spending our time trying to get ourselves in front of people that might have a mortgage need.
No doubt. So, Bruce, how would you answer that? What are some of your top priorities this year?
Well, I would say that top priority really is, and this is all interconnected, but it's back to basics, foundational activities. The types of things that loan officers got out of over the last few years because they were so busy and business was falling into their lap. We've got to get back to the back to basics. So we have to do it smarter than we've done it previously. So I think that the technology, the things we're talking about today that TrustEngine can do for us, I think it's very important for growth. It's important in recruiting and retention. And you know, we've got a little theme this year, and I'm going to admittedly say that I stole this from another one of our tech vendors, but we were doing an annual recap a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about a lot of the new technology and tools that are out there and how so much of this stuff is automated. And, you know, automation tends to lead a lot of people to the set it and forget it mentality, right? You have a journey set up, it can just go out and you don't have to do anything about it. We've got to wipe that out, and we've got to change that set it and forget it mentality to set it and go get it. When you've got data, when you're bringing in information like we're able to bring in via TrustEngine and acting on that information every single day and developing our systems around ensuring that those things happen. That's what's going to help us continue to grow and recruit, and that's what's going to continue to help us retain our loan officers.
No doubt about it. Guys, we got to be smarter. We need to make the most of what we have. And one of the core problems we're committed to solving is that, companies, lenders, the C-suite buys lots of technology that loan officers don't use. And we need to change that. And we're dedicated and totally focused on doing that through a combination of data and advice and insights. So let's come back to you, Owen. What are you looking for tech to do for you this year? What are your goals with technology? And Bruce, I'll come to you with the same question.
It might be easier to describe the small things that we're not expecting tech to do rather than the large amount of things that we're expecting tech to do. I mean, all great technology does really one of two things, right? Or, it either reduces cost or increases productivity. And, a really great piece of technology can potentially do both of those. So when you look at something like TrustEngine, I think what we're really looking for is a boost in productivity, right? If our loan officers can spend more time in front of people that might have a mortgage need, as opposed to calling and prospecting on people that might be referral sources that don't necessarily have a mortgage to refer, it's going to do what we want it to do, right? It's going to increase productivity. So I would think that, we're constantly on the prowl for technology that does, one or two of those things, but great tech does both, and you have your opportunities for tech pickup in the more of the operations area, but by far the most valuable tech is something that helps you increase your, your revenue. And I think category.
Love that. Music to my ears. Bruce, how would you answer that question?
Well, I'm going to expand on something that Rich was talking about earlier, and that is that for us, we want technology to enhance the personal experience, the experience that the loan officer has and the customer experience. We don't want technology to replace it. And again, that's where I just mentioned to set it and go get it instead of set it and forget it. We are loan originators, right? We're out there in the retail channel. We have got to stay in front of customers, and anything technology can do to put us in that position with referral partners and customers, we've got to embrace it. Owen was just talking about cost savings, reducing the cost to produce a loan. Technology is absolutely vital and critical in that. What was it, Q3 or 4 of last year? The cost to produce it exceeded $8,000 or $11,000 per unit. Absolutely out of control. We can't continue to do that. So using technology like TrustEngine can help us reduce that. It increases profitability through more units in volume. It helps us open new revenue streams. And data is king. It really always has been. And so many loan officers have these big databases, but they do absolutely nothing with them. So knowing how to utilize your database and put it to work, that is a massive differentiator between you and other loan officers, your company and other companies. And I'm just going to give you one little example of something that Mortgage Coach in the past has brought us. We're a total expert company for our marketing system. And we integrated the Mortgage Coach and Total Expert platform to do the automated annual mortgage reviews. This is the type of thing that can be automatically set up. It's a differentiator. It is a value prop for your customer, much more so than a spring forward, fall back, happy birthday type of an email. This is important stuff to the client. So we're looking for technology to continue to give us things like that will help us improve our loan officer and customer experience.
So everyone listen to this. We are in an era where every lead, every loan, every basis point matters more than ever. We need to be better and smarter with what we have. And that really does mean data. And when you look at housing, how the real estate industry is run, how the mortgage industry is run, when you compare it to other verticals in America, it's not the most efficient. It's not the most effective. It isn't. But that's one of the reasons why I am so excited. I am living my business dream because we've got a leadership team. We've got an amazing partner with LLR Partners to build something that can massively transform mortgage. You know, the same technology that the biggest companies in the world have, mortgage professionals can have. And the beautiful thing is, you not only have it for yourself, you have it for your customers. Like, the American dream is homeownership, and the true American dream is homeownership and financial freedom. So one more question, gentlemen. I'm going to start with you, Owen. You know, everyone on this call, some of them are just like, I need to survive this year. We hear that it's going to be greener in 2024. Some people are just trying to survive, you know, first quarter, but everybody wants to thrive. So what do you think is the top priority for lenders today? And let's go with you first, Owen, on that.
I mean, there's no doubt that the industry is facing headwinds still. And I think, you know, the number one priority is getting yourself in a position to be successful in how the market is right now, right? It's not 2020, it's not 2022. You know, we're in you know, we're not in this, we're kind of in this, or, you know, depending upon what forecast you read. So I think it's figuring out how to be successful in this economy. In order to do that, you've simply got to embrace technology. I mean, I think that there's going to be a large separation in companies and in people over the next 2 to 3 years, where people that embrace, utilize technology, make it part of their day-to-day lives, are going to win and win more. And I think that's what great technology like TrustEngine is going to do, right? It's going to help winners win more. And so I think that's something that you have to embrace. And you really have to make sure that you're not, you know, kind of one of those technology have-nots. I mean, I think Bruce talked about it before. When you're going through a market that's go, 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 and you don't really have to do anything except open your doors and turn your computer on in order to start to get loans, everybody can succeed. So that might have delayed this separation that I think is going to happen, but it's on us and it's happening right now. So, you know, we either have to embrace or we have to prepare for our lives to get quite a bit harder. And you need to embrace technology in order to be successful in this market that we're in today and the next 2 to 3 years.
Couldn't agree more. Bruce, how would you answer that question?
Well, I think Owen hit the nail on the head. There is nothing, in my opinion, more important for a loan officer today. We've got to be able to work with baby boomers. We've got to be able to work with Gen Zers all across that spectrum. And the inability for some loan officers to embrace change and embrace new technology. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard, but those who don't do those things, that's when the business starts to pass them by. And I think we could probably all look at our referral partners over the years. You've got some referral partners who used to send you all kinds of business, and slowly, especially with the advent of social media, you begin to watch the business pass them by. If you want to be a successful loan officer, you've got to embrace change. You've got to embrace technology. To me, that is just as important as going after referral partners and building a referral database. Again, serving a broad audience from baby boomers to Gen Zers. We already mentioned earlier, I think, with a priority for lenders is to reduce that cost to produce a loan. And this is something that can absolutely help us do that. And then I would say the last thing that I would say that is really important for lenders from a company perspective, at least today, you've got to recruit for quality, not for quantity. There are too many LOs. We need some more attrition across the market with LOs for those that really don't bring any value to their customers. And I think that's a really important thing that lenders need to consider right now too.
Yeah, there is no doubt. So everyone that's on this, you know, this is our public announcement. There is a new disruptor in town. It's called TrustEngine. It came from Mortgage Coach and Sales Boomerang, the #1 data platform in fintech, the #1 educational and advice platform in fintech. And we are creating a new category. It's called a borrower intelligence platform. And you are invited to be part of this beta. You are invited to innovate and to truly make sure that your loan officers are with that highest value customer at the right time. When it, first of all, it's valuable for the consumer. You know, the borrower is in unoptimized debt. The borrower could benefit from moving up. The borrower could benefit from becoming a real estate investor, and you're there. So we've got a link in chat. We would love to walk you through what it is and invite you to be considered to be part of this beta. Here's what I promise you guys. I promise you, just meeting with one of our salespeople will be an educational experience. You will understand what the future of lending looks like today. You know, we're going to be doing a customer event after this. So we've got a lot of our customers coming to that are already customers. We'll put a link down that if you are a customer and you're like, hey, I'm not signed up yet. We don't want to miss you. We don't want you to miss that next press conference. But my entire adult life has been dedicated to making a mortgage experience more valuable to the consumer. And I do believe that loan officers and mortgage companies are in the best seat of all. Like, let's face it, other local referral-based categories are getting disrupted, but mortgage can truly be the most valuable experience for a consumer. But you do need to have a borrower intelligence platform. We hope we get a chance to talk to you guys. I do want to open it up for some Q&A. I've seen some questions come through here. If you do have a question, put it in the chat. And remember, click on the link if you do want to find out what we're doing. This is an enterprise offering. So this is not something like winning with data and turning your database into a data bank. It does require a certain amount of resources. Of course, individual loan officers and folks, we've still got something for you. So check out our website. So guys, do we have any questions so far? Actually, here's
I think everything that you've mentioned, Dave, and what you guys just covered, and Rich has been responding in chat, and I've been responding. I think most of the questions were really sort of hyper focused on: is this available for individuals, or can this also, or is this available for individuals or for enterprise? And I think you just mentioned that on there. I think there's a lot of. Go ahead, Rich. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I was going to chime in just building on Bruce's last comment, which is, you know, hey, loan officers that are truly adding value to the borrower are the types of loan officers that you want on your team. And I'd just be curious right now, given the current market conditions, which obviously are very different than they were, you know, through the call it spring of 22. What are you seeing resonate with borrowers right now? Like what types of loans, what types of borrowers do you see most active in the market and in your customer databases?
I'll start with that. I don't feel as if there is a specific type of customer right now or anything. What I think we have right now is we have a market full of people who are still operating in some fear of uncertainty, of the unknown, hoping that rates come down, not wanting them to go up any further, but it paralyzes some borrowers. We obviously still across the country have issues with inventory, with new home inventory. I think that will improve this year, but I don't know that it's going to get back to normal for quite some time still. So we're still fighting a lot of the same headwinds that we have over the last few years, which is why it is so critical today for a loan officer. When you have an opportunity to speak to a customer, you have got to focus 10,000% on that customer, give them your best all the way through. Just don't take any chances of losing that person. And I think tools like what you guys have here and the data that you're feeding us via TrustEngine helps loan officers have those important calls and helps them just happen to call at just the right time that somebody was actually in the market looking or considering something. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I would say the only thing I would add to what Bruce said is we're still seeing a decent amount of activity in the first-time home buyer area. You know, the folks that tried to get into the market in 2020 and 2021 and were just overwhelmed by the lack of inventory, couldn't compete with the cash offers, you know, things like that. we're seeing those people come back a little bit, and we expect that to continue because these folks are also unaffected by, they don't even have a mortgage. So one starting with 2 or a 3 is not an issue for them.
Yeah, I was reading an article talking about how, you know, getting the mindset reset, where people who saying, hey, now mortgage rates are 6% versus 7, that's actually not so bad, right? Whereas you have a whole slew of the whole world was, hey, mortgage rates used to be at 2 or 3, so now this is very difficult. So it's going to take a little while for that to kind of course through the system.
Hey, Rich and Dave, there's a great question in the audience that I think is worth addressing. Someone asked, I think it was Lauren, said, hey, what's the difference between TrustEngine and Sales Boomerang? Can we jump into that real quick? Labarka, do you want to really dive in? I know you showed it on the big slide already, so I don't know if we want to go back to that or if we want to just recap.
No. Yeah, and I was just typing the answer, so
okay.
almost got to the end, but actually it's worth saying to the broader group. You know, the first is really more holistic and detailed segmentation of your data that isn't just the canned alerts that Sales Boomerang or other competitors offer. You know, we're using a lot more signals in the data to be able to fine tune, say, you know, take a mortgage inquiry and then break that out into very specific personas for that mortgage inquiry so you can match that with the right engagement. But not only that, we're tuning it with you, right? So when we take the alerts as a starting point, or when we set up the initial strategies for you, we can then take those strategies and fine tune them based on what's working and what's not, so that you get bespoke streams of opportunities that are really tailored to your organization. Not just stuff that's working, but also underserved areas of your database as well. That's actually really interesting to be able to try to address, you know, missing pieces that you may not be addressing right now. The second one is the tie into engagement, right? A lot of people use both SB and MC, Sales Boomerang and Mortgage Coach together, and we want to give more options than just the TCA on Mortgage Coach TCA to do that engagement. Even if you choose to use your own templates or emails or whatever to engage, we're connecting that funnel that you're using in your engagement and your outcomes, the conversions, the applications that you get back into our insights and alerting system. So it's driving that optimization loop. So now imagine that you're able to fine tune your alerts so that we can then model and find more people who are actually responding and doing a good job. Now, the third thing is something we're really excited about. And it's one of the first pieces of value you'll get when you onboard into the Borrower Intelligence platform, which is visibility into your own data and operations based on our understanding of borrowers. So we want to be able to tell you, hey, this is what you're good at. This is what you're bad at. This is what you're missing. These loan officers are doing a really great job addressing this type of customer, but maybe underperforming on these other types of loan products or customers. So how can we best fine tune what opportunities we're sending to the right people and drive programs with you to improve each of these buckets, these strategies that we're evolving with you to get better. So I think those are the three major buckets: is the granularity and the personalization of the alerts, the connection and measurement of the engagement, and then finally this visibility and insight and our ability to get better together. But the main thing you should take away from it is it's an evolution, because when we start, we're going to start with really high quality signals, but we're going to get better over time together. And we dedicate a team to help evolve both of us together. And we're doing that with our beta customers right now and are seeing some really great engagements of what can we do together to improve this performance over here or that performance over there. So it's a super exciting product.
And folks, it is a total wow. I mean, going through what is possible on a local level with your data, be able to identify how different loan officers in different branches are performing in your organization. Just a strategic conversation with us is eye-opening and super important. So please sign up. We will be prioritizing it. I can tell you right now, guys, like this is the next big thing in mortgage, and we're on fire. So we really welcome you to join us. There are questions that were unanswered, but hey, we'd love to answer those, either one through a strategic conversation. I am proud to announce my new email address is dave@TrustEngine. Got a new shirt. I'm excited to see many of you out in the market, as the Chief Innovation Officer of TrustEngine. We're here to help lenders win. We're here to help borrowers achieve financial freedom, and we look forward to having conversations with you. This call is a wrap. Take care, everybody.